Madness?
I look at Midnight Madness for the novice as the gateway drug to the festival experience.
When the sun goes down and the clock strikes 12, it's prime time for Midnight Madness. Midnight Madness. Midnight Madness. It's quarter to 12. I just got a strange feeling. Midnight, freaky light. Midnight Madness. It's Midnight Madness. Midnight Madness. Yeah. Got this Midnight Madness. Caught in the middle of Midnight Madness.
You got the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it.
And now the Midnight Madness Show, where it's always sunny and 82 degrees. Here's your host, the DJ Doctor.
Good morning, sunny and 82 degrees. Like a big voice guy always says. It's almost that. It was 80 today.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful day.
Almost as beautiful as I am.
Almost as beautiful as you, sure. The one big thing today is, again, I think we went 2 weeks in a row, no tornadoes.
That's right.
It's been a wonderful, beautiful today. I'm happy. It's sunny. It's beautiful out. I went out. I got a tan. Can't you tell?
Yes.
I'm Irish. I don't tan real well. So, well, anyways, I am Mark the DJ Doctor coming to you live for now at the Last Chance Saloon in wonderful Morrison.
It's better than dead.
Well, it could be. We play The Walking Dead on Sundays. Next to me, next to your Alt-Delete button on your left-hand side of the computer screen, the one, the only, in camo, the Hillbilly Heartthrob.
In camo?
Your hat's camouflaged?
Oh, I guess it is.
Oh,
I like
man.
that, man. That's cool.
Oh,
You
man.
know, me and Randy wrote a song about camo, I think.
You need to play that. We played that up in Minnesota.
Yeah, we did that on quite a few shows.
Yeah.
We played that up there in Minnesota. I remember that. How you doing, Jason?
I'm beautiful.
Wow. Did you hear the crickets chirp?
It's my story. I can say whatever I want
A
right now.
pigeon looked away. It was kind of scary there for a minute.
What past is calling?
I hear it. Well, it's unfortunate our guest tonight, a superstar in his own right. Big Mike Griffin cannot make it. He has the flu, which has been going around down here. A powerhouse guitar player, singer, songwriter, a legend. The only way you could do that is follow up with a legend, powerhouse singer, songwriter.
Right.
And you pulled one out, and you brought our own.
Charlie Allen.
There's you have. Charlie Allen's our guest tonight. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing great. You know, waking up to you guys is something else. You know, about the pigeon.
The pigeon?
I like that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, you know, it happens, but we're glad to have Charlie. Charlie was just recently on the stage Saturday night, tearing it up, burning up some licks for us.
Man, I love that guitar.
Again, Charlie came in on the last-minute notice. He one of the very few times Charlie wasn't playing on a Saturday night, we had a band canceled due to travel hazards, and Charlie stepped right in with his band and tore it up. People were talking about you the next day.
I bet. What kind of names were they calling me?
Well, I don't know. They had to go to church first before they can come back here, but.
Yeah, honey. Thank you. I
Charlie's got his normal veggie burger sandwich, which is a hamburger wrapped in lettuce and stuff.
Make your tongue slap your brains out.
Yep, Charlie
Really
Charlie
good.
gets that. That's his special. You can come down and get the Charlie burger. We'll have that for you. So, Charlie, what's new and exciting in your life right now?
Well, I mean, just writing for this new record, trying to focus on what we're going to write about.
No, it's
You know?
your own record?
Yeah.
Okay. Any idea how many tracks you got done yet? Or
Well, you know, you write so many, you don't know which one you know, is going to make the record. And it's all about shopping with
Right.
going out and making sure you got the right musicians and the right people around you to to bring that song to life. You know,
Right.
if you got the wrong musicians, you're like, okay, this ain't working for us. You know,
Right.
it's pretty much.
So that's where you're at right now? And
Yeah, I
you
think we've got a couple. I've got a couple of cuts on radio right now that I'm excited about. So, but you know, it's all about that song. It's about who you know and writing with good people who believe in you and you believe in them, and it's a good circle. You know.
Right. Well, why don't you go ahead and kick off a song for us real quick, and then we'll grill you, because tonight this is not your first time on the radio show, but it's your first time where we've been syndicated. So we got new listeners listening all over everywhere. So.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, this is something that I was talking to my mom on the phone. She's like, "Now, Alan," she said, "now, there's a storm coming. I'm scared to death." I said, "You ain't gonna crawl underneath the table again, are you?" And she said, "No." She said, "I'm just scared." And I said, "Well, Mama, don't be scared." I said, "That's just God taking pictures tonight." So it's kind of like this. You know, I stray a little far away from the good book. I played around and done some things I ain't too proud of. For every wrong I've done, I hope I do a little more right. And I sure hope he sees it that way tonight. 'Cause God's taking pictures tonight. Lightning flashing across the midnight sky. He's got a panoramic view of everything in sight. Yeah, God's taking pictures tonight. I hope he gets my good side. I love this part. I was pushing 9, headed out to the 5 and dime. I stole a G.I. Joe, had to take it back, 'cause it just didn't feel right. Grew up rowdy as hell, ended up one night in Coffee County Jail, drinking and thinking I was cool and bulletproof. Oh well, I hope he didn't get a shot of that. God's taking pictures tonight. Lightning flashing across the midnight sky. He's got a panoramic view of everything in sight. God's taking pictures tonight. I hope he gets my good side. Yeah, my good side. He's got a photographic memory. Maybe if I'm lucky, he might forget some things. Oh, what do y'all think? You think God's gonna forget that? God's taking pictures tonight. Lightning flashing across the midnight sky. He's got a panoramic view of everything in sight. Yeah, God's taking pictures tonight. Yeah, God's taking pictures tonight. You know what, Mark? I hope he gets my good side.
Hope he does, brother.
Yeah, my good side. Thank you, neighbors. We appreciate that.
Very nice.
Well, I appreciate that.
Well, Charlie, since, again, we got a bunch of new listeners, kind of back up a little bit. We all have talked about you for a long time. We kind of know where you've been, where you came from. But with all the new listeners, just kind of come back. Where are you originated from? Where were you born?
Well, I was born in Bristol, Tennessee, and we moved from Bristol, Tennessee to Fort Worth, Texas And that's when everything started spinning for me as a kid. I started with Hank Williams Jr., and then I went on to Loretta Lynn and David Houston, Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard, Dolly Parton, Charlie Pride. We had a blast, you know.
I like that picture of you and Charlie Pride.
Yeah,
How old were you there?
God, I think I was 9 years old.
Yeah, that was
and
a great picture.
it was crazy because he told my dad, he said, you know, that boy's tired. You've had him out here for a while. He needs to go home and be a kid, you know. I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of cool. And then I ended up on the road with quite a few people, you know. Wrote quite a few songs for other people, you know, just by watching on the road and living by the road, you know.
Right.
A lot of things people don't realize. The songs that we write, you know, they don't ever get air. Because of why? Radio.
Right.
Right? And there are great songs out there, and there's wonderful songs out there. And as a kid, I used to go to Tanya Tucker and Dottie West, and I go, well, what's that song about? And they go, oh, don't worry about it, Charlie. You're too young for that. I said, no, I want to know what I'm singing about. Nobody ever told me, you know. I'd always sing the songs, you know. But I'm going to sing a song here. This is something that wrote about the daughter, you know, growing up and taking magic markers and writing all over the walls. And you know how kids were, and just amazing things that I miss all over again. Wish to God I could do it again, you know.
Adam, my son, middle child, which you know, he walked up and down a hallway with a pencil in his right hand and just about waist high. He just made a nice little band of pencil lines all the way down the hallway and back. I bet he made about 45 trips.
I didn't
Before we finally
erase
caught him.
anything. I didn't erase anything. And she looked at me and she said, Daddy, are you mad at me? I said, not at all. She says, why not? I said, because that's why God made erasers. Everybody makes mistakes, and that's
Yeah.
what we're going to do. She had her hands full. I was barely away. She said, will you watch the baby while I put some things away? I knew it was too quiet, couldn't find her anywhere. The last place I looked, she was sitting there. She had a pencil writing all over the wall. She asked me, Daddy, are you mad at me? I said, maybe not at all. 'Cause that's why God made erasers. Everybody makes mistakes. I picked her up and held her and said, it'll be okay. You can always run to Daddy. Don't ever be afraid. That's why God made erasers. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. The day we got a phone call from the teacher at school, said she wasn't playing well with others, so we're sending her home to you. Well, I pulled into the driveway, I put her in the car. She knew she was in trouble. Little tears came from her heart. I said, remember what I told you just the other day. You could always run to Daddy. Don't ever be afraid. You know why, baby? 'Cause that's why God made erasers. Everybody makes mistakes. I picked her up and held her and said, it'll be okay. You can always run to Daddy. Don't ever be afraid. That's why God made erasers. 'Cause everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Thank y'all.
This portion of the show has been brought to you by Sharpie.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's a good one. I like that.
Now, Charlie, you came from a musical family. Was it mom, dad, or both?
Well, it was mom and dad. I mean, mom was with Fair and Young, and mom's cousin was Tennessee Ernie Ford. And I mean, I was so young, I didn't know what was going on. They said, learn to play the guitar, and I did. And
Well, that brings me to my next question. You were in it young. I mean, you were surrounded by it. When was it? About how old were you when you realized, man, mom and dad hangs with some powerhouses here, and I'm in the middle of it?
I really didn't understand it because I was very young.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of times Hank Williams Jr. was park his bus in front of the house, and quite a few artists. And I'll never forget one time we was doing a show with Jerry Lee Lewis, and Elvis Presley was there. Carl Perkins was there. And I'll never forget, you know, because he looked at me and goes, you know, you look awful good, son. I said, you know, being a kid, I was like, well, thank you. And he goes, but how do you sing? I said, well, you know, I'm just like you know, I'm an entertainer, you know. And he goes, well, how about we do a whole lot of shaking going on? You know, I was like, okay. So I said, I'd do it in this key, you know. And then all of a sudden, I was in front of 3,000 people probably, and I just said, stop. And the band stopped. I said D, not G. And Jerry, he just looked at me and goes, not only boy can sing, but he knows the keys too. So, but it was amazing, and Loretta Lynn took me under her wing, and it was just amazing being young and trying to understand what I was doing and what I was singing about. Nobody would tell me what I was singing about.
Right.
That was always a different story. Let's change the story real fast, turn the page. You know?
I seen an interview with, I think it was Smokey Robinson, talking about Michael Jackson being so young and covering Smokey tunes. And Smokey goes, he don't even have a clue what he's singing about.
No, I didn't.
And he sings about it better than I do.
No, I really didn't. And I'd get up there and I'd sing, you know, all the old songs. And I was traveling with the Cheating Hearts, you know, which was a pretty well-known band, as you know. And but some of the stars would just treat me like gold. You know, Mel Tillis, we'd make fun of each other, and he'd run me around the daggone stage or whatever. And I'm talking big, you know, a big stage.
Right.
We just had a good time. But, you know, being young, I didn't realize who these people were.
Right.
And all my friends made fun of me because I sang country music. But they wondered why a big bus was sitting out front.
Yeah.
But they love playing on the bus, you know. So,
Now, out of all of the people you hung out with, which one was the most influential at the time?
well, I was in Orlando, Florida, and we were doing a thing, and it was George Strait and I and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. And so he was sitting way on the other side, you know, and I was sitting over at my acoustic, and I was shaking like a leaf, you know. I couldn't hold my guitar hands. I couldn't hold my anything. And he, you know, he looked at me and said, it's okay. He said, won't you just come over here and sit with me? I said, no, sir. I said, you got your hands full, you know, because I know what it's like, you know. And I think he respected that. And then I've been with Steven Seagal. I did 5 movies what was it, Mark?
A couple of years.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
With Tom Sizemore and Kevin Nash, Mickey Rourke.
Kevin Nash was a pretty big boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fun. There's a story that I could tell you that's really great about him, you know.
For those who don't know who Kevin Nash is, they called him Diesel when he was with the WWF/WWE. He's like 7'2" or something like that.
Yeah, and it was funny that, you know, this one, we were out in Connecticut, and they were shooting, and I heard this story, and I just kind of keep my mouth shut. You know, I listen a lot. And this guy kept coming up to Kevin. He goes, you know, you're a wannabe Kevin Nash. Kevin says, oh, okay, well, I appreciate that. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
He goes, okay. Well, then, I guess the drunker the old boy got, the more he wanted to talk, you know. So he come over there and says, why are you even dressed like Kevin Nash? And Kevin looked at him and says, I am Kevin Nash, and you need to get out of my sandbox.
I saw an interview. With Kevin Nash.
Like this. He
Yeah.
says, I am Kevin, and you need to get
Yeah.
out of my sandbox.
He's a big boy. I saw Kevin Nash in an interview one time go, he went to the University of Knoxville. He was a Vol, and he was on the basketball scholarship. And I think he said after his first year, he was politely asked to leave campus. So he said him and his roommate was watching Stripes with Bill Murray. And the part where they were watching, saw a TV commercial about going into the Army, he goes, that's exactly what we did. When we saw Bill Murray watching that commercial, we went, I think we need to go in the military. And Kevin Nash went in, he's a ex-Marine. So he's a tough boy.
Yeah, it's like Steven. You know, Steven's a great writer. He's a deep writer.
Right.
We wrote a couple of songs.
He's a blues guy, isn't he?
Yes, he is, and he's down to earth. You know, when it comes to people and understanding people. You know,
Right.
you would think somebody of that caliber wouldn't even talk to you, but he calls me up and he'll say, "Hey, what are you doing?" You know, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh," and then that's how the movie started in Connecticut when I got involved with everybody when they found out. But Charlie, I didn't know you did anything with Steve Seagal. I said, I don't tell everything I do.
Right.
I said, it ain't cool to drop names. I mean, you can drop names all you want to, you know,
Yeah.
but you pick them up behind you too. Go on.
Now, Steven Seagal, there's a pretty intellectual kind of guy. He takes it to a new level.
Yeah, I messed up. I tell you what, Mark, he gave me a guitar one night and said, this is yours, and I give it back to him. I should have never done that. I was like, why'd I do that? And then they did a big article on us in a magazine. How does a hillbilly end up with Steven Seagal? You know, it was just hilarious.
It happens.
Now, did you ever have to, fight with Steve in any of the films? Or?
I'm not going to say it. I'll keep my mouth shut on that one.
Charlie, why don't you pull out another song real quick and entertain us?
Well, I was trying to think of one to do. Oh,
Okay, I got a request for you here in a little bit. One of your old ones.
this is a really cool song that Johnny Garcia and I wrote. It's about, they always talk about how a man takes a bullet when they're in war. This is about a little girl who took a bullet, and it's really cool. She was all 5'1", warm, proud American, coming home in just 1 month, 2 babies waiting on their mom. Deployed back in 2010, in the mountains of Afghanistan, she was counting down the days, playing Barbie and soccer games. She was just a baby, fighting for our country, but in the line of fire, her duty took her higher. She flew home late that night, all wrapped up in stars and stripes. She was more than just a mother. She was an angel saving brother. Uh-huh. She prayed every single night, Lord, keep me brave as I fight. And if I die before I wake, I pray, my Lord, my soul to take. Lilies in a field of hell, amazing grace, that grenade she fell. Dust flew down and she was gone. She lost her life on that mountain. She was just a baby, fighting for her country, but in the line of fire, her duty took her higher. She flew home late that night, all wrapped up in stars and stripes. She was more than just a mother. She was an angel saving brother. An angel saving brother. Tears started to roll down Daddy's eyes. And Mama kneeled down by his side. And he said, she was our baby, fighting for our country. Yeah, in the line of fire, her duty took her higher. She flew home late that night, all wrapped up in stars and stripes. She was more than just a mother. She was an angel saving brothers. An angel saving brother.
What a beautiful, beautiful song.
Thanks. I love it too. I
I
really
like
did.
that.
That's the first time I heard you sing that one.
Oh, you got a tear in your eye, did you?
Yeah, there you go. I got a
seen
tear in
that,
my eye.
yeah.
Well, all your songs, Charlie, and I'm not saying this because you're a good friend, but all your songs are deep, meaningful songs that about anybody can relate to. And I think that's the difference between traditional country and country of today. I can't relate to half the stuff that's on the radio. Where the old stuff, the Johnny Cash stuff, even if it didn't happen to you, you could foresee that it could happen to you. And Charlie talks about all of your songs, and I've known your songs from. I've known you for 8 years now.
I'll never forget when I come in the music store, you asked me what I did. I said nothing.
Yeah. Let's go over that story real quick. I have a music shop in Manchester, Tennessee, and you get a lot of interesting
That's
people
funny.
when you have a music store.
He wouldn't even believe me the first time I
I
came
didn't
in.
believe you because the guys like him. Charlie walked in, and he walks over and he's looking at guitars, and so as the guy, I go over and I go, "Yo, you guitar player?" "Nah." I'm like, "No." But he's looking at guitars. And he kind of looks at him. He doesn't even take one down and play with it. So he walks over and he looks at it. There was a drum set sitting there. And he looks at this drum set and stuff. And I said, "So you're a drummer?" "No." "Okay." I can't remember. You did that 2 or 3 times. I think you looked at something else. And I meant,
User
"Nah."
in your channel
And
timed
then
out.
finally, he starts talking. And me being the typical Irish Yankee, he goes, "Well, I'm a singer-songwriter. You've heard about the Bonnaroo Music Festival, right?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I wrote the theme song to that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd never heard it." I'm just kind of being a jerk back. Nah, I never heard it.
Yeah.
Must not be nothing, So I told him we had open mic night that night.
Yeah.
I said, "So, Charlie, if you're a musician, man, come on out. We got players come out here, come on out, play. The guitars, drums are all set up. Just come out and have fun. Players will come out and play. They will come out and play." So that night, I'm on a set of drums playing. We had, I don't know how many people up on stage with me. I look, and here comes Charlie Allen in. And he's shaking hands with everybody as he walks in. I said, "Well, at least he's known. People know who he is." And he comes up. I said, "If you want to play, just let me know." He goes, "Nah, I'm just going to sit here and watch." Players are going to play. If you don't play, he's not a player. I don't care how good he is. So he sat there for a little while, and the next thing you know, he gets up and he walks over and he took over bass. Played bass guitar. So he starts playing bass guitar. So now it makes sense. I don't play guitar, I don't play drums, I don't play banjo. He's a bass player. He's just being kind of coy with me. And he plays bass really well. Then he hops off and he plays piano. Bob Milliken, Piano Bob was there.
Yeah.
Hops off and he plays piano like really well. I said, "Wow, that's pretty good." And then he gets up and he starts playing guitar. He's a player. So he was just being kind of.
I'll never forget the first time Georgette was living at my house, and I brought her in. You didn't even know who they was.
I had no idea who she was.
And Jamie was all excited because you had his strings for the steel guitar.
Yeah.
You know, we just got back from Ireland with Martina and Randy Travis and Hal Ketchum and Georgette Jones and I don't know
Georgette,
how many others we were touring with, but it was quite a
Georgette
show.
and her fiance at the time were heading back over to England like the next day.
Yeah.
And he came and he bought a set of strings from me, and I said, "No problem." And he goes, he drove and they had to play a show in Nashville.
You remember that, don't you?
Oh yeah, and then he called me up. He was almost in Nashville. He goes, "Hey, how much were those strings you charged me?" And I told him what the price was. He goes, "Is that like all the time?" I said, "Well, I knocked a couple of bucks off for you." But he goes, My brother over in England, his brother was over there in England, and said, if you come over here, they're like 3 times the cost. He goes, I want to buy every set you got. But the problem is, he's in Nashville, and he's got a flight out at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm already closed. I said, well, we meet. Come on over, and I'll get you straight. So we met in the night, like 2 criminals, Georgette, my wife Cynthia, and him and I.
That's awesome.
And you know what? I got to tell you down to her story. Georgette Jones, one of the sweetest ladies.
Yeah.
Her and my wife hit it off like they were sisters. And what's funny is her mom is Loretta Lynn. Or Tammy Wynette. Tammy Wynette,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
there we go, yeah.
Her mom is Tammy Wynette. Her dad is George Jones. So she starts talking about how Cynthia and I got together and we'd both take care of our elderly fathers. She goes, oh, that's so nice. She goes, I remember Mama used to take care of Grandma, and she starts telling the story about how her mom would get on the floor and wash baseboards and take care of Grandma and get up at 3 in the morning, make sure Grandma didn't leave the eyes on the burner. And I'm saying, now, wait a minute. When you say Mama, you're talking about country legend, Hall of Fame legend, Tammy Wynette.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, that's just Mom to her. And it just made Tammy Wynette like a real person to me. Then she starts talking about stories about her dad. Now, it wasn't all the stories you hear in the Inquirer and all this stupid stuff. She's talking about her dad. Her twin boys wanted to play guitar, and her dad walked over, which is George Jones, grabbed a guitar, handed it to one of the kids, now go in the bedroom and play for 2 hours. You'll learn how to play guitar. And I said, no, when you say dad, that's George Jones, your Hall of Fame country legend dad.
We played the Hall of Fame, and it was funny.
Yeah, so It was pretty cool. She was just down-to-earth, nice girl. Good singer, good player.
Now, I don't know if you'll remember this or not, Charlie, but the first time I met you was before I ever came to Manchester. I met you in Bell Buckle, Tennessee, with Georgette. You were doing Nashville Traditions, the radio show. I played the show the same night.
Oh, okay.
That was the first time I'd met
Was
you.
that with Charlie Lubin?
No.
No, Charlie didn't play.
Okay.
But
We were down there that night, same night when Alison Krauss and all of them were there.
Oh, yeah. Allison's a sweetheart. Yeah. Yeah.
Ron Block and Jerry Douglas.
Yeah.
I don't remember who else was on the show that night. I just remember it was me and Georgette. And I remember I really ticked off Ronnie Stoneman because it was the same night of her wedding. I was supposed to be at her wedding.
Oh, boy. Ronnie Stoneman, now, if I'm not mistaken, her boy played the drums, and he was in Daytona Beach. And he was telling me, he said, my mama, Ronnie Stoneman. I said, yeah, I know. I've heard the name, and then come find it out it was her son, And I was like,
He's different. I've
yeah,
met him
he's
a few
very
times.
different. But
He's a drummer, that's why.
Play us something, Charlie.
well, I don't know what y'all want to hear. I can do
I got a request
I'll
for
do
you.
the broke country for you.
Okay, do a broke country because I do have a request of one of your older songs that I've heard. That's one of I think it's the very first song you gave us to put on the radio. I'd like to have you sing it tonight.
All right.
But it's an old one. Go ahead, play your broke country first.
Here's a new cut I got on radio. Well, I've had a couple of cuts this year. One on Jeremy Bowman and some. Can't remember half their names anyway, but I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, that's a problem I got too.
You got my back beating like a hangover, sneaking from a long, hard weekend again, all up in my head. I got my beer white up to some snuggle up stereo up to you and me, girl, all up in this bed. This bed. I got this stupid kind of crazy love. You hit me high, baby, I don't mind. Come on and light me up. I got this stupid kind of crazy love. I'm losing my mind, baby, I don't mind. Come on and give it up. I just can't get enough of this stupid kind of crazy love. Girl, you get me tripping when I'm sipping on your kisses, leave me twisted like a piston in an engine, and I'm going insane. I'm solving all the greens, running all the reds. Well, I can't get you out of my head. No way, no way. I got this stupid kind of crazy love. Get me high, baby, I don't mind. Come on, baby, give it up. A stupid kind of crazy. Stupid kind of crazy love. A stupid kind of crazy love. Get me high, baby, I don't mind. Come on and light me up. I got this stupid kind of crazy love. I'm losing my mind, baby, I don't mind. Come on and light me up. I just can't get enough of this stupid kind of crazy love. The stupid kind of crazy love. Ah, baby, I love it when you talk to me like that. Why, yeah, just go ahead and turn them covers down. Yeah. Thank y'all. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I've heard that enough. I've almost got it, I think.
Girl, you get me tripping when I'm sipping on your kisses, leave me twisted like a piston in an engine.
That's a lot of words in one.
A lot of words in a short time.
It is, man. It's a great track, though. It's a good. And, I had a cut on Jeremy Bowman. I can't remember the song, but I remember I wrote it. It's called Like a Song on the Radio. It's really cool. I was going to try to do it tonight, but ain't had time to go over it.
Well, I'm going to request one of your old ones, if you don't mind. It's a song that's got a lot of meaning to it. I think you even shot the video right here in Manchester. Chief Ross was your grandfather, I believe, in the video. The song went way out there for you on the charts, if I remember right, on video.
Yep.
Are you able to do a little Grandpa's Recipe?
I might be able to do a little bit. I want to do some new stuff, but yeah, I'll do that for you.
Just a flashback is all I'm looking for. This is the very first one that I've ever heard of Charlie's, and it had me hooked right off the bat. Meaning is a great song.
Grandpa said that getting there was the best part of the ride. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Don't let the devil ever rule your mind. Keep a good grip on the good book. He had wisdom and good advice. He said, save a little for a rainy day. He looked me in the eye. He said, don't start a fight that you can't finish. Don't play the game if you don't plan on winning. Always do your best to do what's right. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't ever steal. Do an honest day's work for your next meal, and it helps to keep a good woman by your side. That was my grandpa's recipe for life. He always told me, son, have respect for your fellow man. Nobody owes you nothing. If you think they do, you better think again. Life's only ours to borrow, 'cause tomorrow may never come. Sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself. Go out and find a little fun. Yeah, don't start a fight that you can't finish. Don't play the game if you don't plan on winning. Always do your best to do what's right. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't ever steal. Do an honest day's work for your next meal. He helps to keep a good woman by your side. Oh, that was my grandpa's recipe for life. That was my grandpa's recipe for life. I tried it, man.
I like it. It's one of my favorite songs by you, Charlie. It just means a lot. I think it's just one of those wholesome value songs, you know, just about every day.
I
life.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a good tune.
Now, I'm looking to go back in the studio here soon, and Charlie has graciously let me listen to one of his songs and told me that I'm able to record it, so I'm hoping to get that down.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Looking forward to getting the studio to cut that.
That's a killer song, man. That's a
Give him
good
a small part of it, if you would.
If I can. As they're pouring out the whiskey, she's pouring out her heart to me. I know she must have hurt you as bad as she hurt me. Line 'em up, bartender, we'll drink 'em down. Could you make this one a double? When you bring this round, I'll race you to the bottom of the glass. Tonight we're drowning on memories, trying to forget the past. I light me another cigarette, even though I'd like to quit. Bartender, could you top us off? 'Cause it ain't working yet. Drink 'em if you got 'em. I'll race you to the bottom. Yeah.
I love it. I'm looking forward to cutting that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that very much so.
Yeah, man, I love that song too. And you know the funny thing about it, we pitched it to George Strait and Irv Wolf, and he took it, put it on hold there for a while, but nothing ever really happened with it.
What's coming up for you, Charlie, where people can come out and watch you? Are you playing anywhere? Any events? I know you're busy songwriting. That's taking up a lot of your time, but
Well, right now, I mean, we've got a bunch of shows coming up through North Dakota and Texas, and we just did a thing with Daryl Worley, which was awesome. He's just so down to earth and just
Right.
real people.
that was over in Bristol, right?
Yeah, that was in Bristol, Tennessee, and we had a really good time. And down to earth guy, and just loves life himself, and loves being around good people. You know.
That's good. Now, we'll do a little commercial here with Charlie. April the 29th, Charlie is in Gadsden, Alabama.
Yeah.
It's a biker poker run from noon till midnight. I think there's a Shrook Fest, lobster boil stuff going on down there. A lot of food.
Lobster.
There's like
I'm in heaven.
There's like I think 7, 8 bands playing. Charlie's one of the bands playing down there that night. It's only 3 hours away from here, so anybody that wants to
I
go
hear
down
he's
there
got a
for
great
good
drummer.
cause. No, I don't know about that. But
Mark got to play drums, and Mark from Alabama. It was funny because
yeah, the two marks.
I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I see the guy from Alabama, moving Mark's monitor around and handing him drinks. Is there anything you need, man? And I said,
This is Mark Herndon from Alabama, the drummer of Alabama.
yeah. And then
Catering to me, and I'm a nobody.
and then it was like, so I'm off. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm talking to some of the Van Zants,
Yeah.
so
This is Jacksonville, Florida. We did
yeah,
this
and I'm
June.
way over in the corner. I lost my great guitar strap. I'll never forget that. I hate that. It's been with me for 25 years.
Yeah, red, white, and blue one? Is
The
that
black one.
Oh, the black one.
The
Okay.
black one. And so anyway, I'm over there talking to a bunch of people, and all of a sudden I see this guitar come out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And I couldn't get away. So Mark's over there holding the guitar and taking pictures and all this. And I go, what is that? They go, there was only one made. And I said, who's it for? And he said, Skinner.
Yeah.
So Mark actually held the guitar that went into the Rock Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting there trying to figure out how in the world did he get to do this. And
I walked by and they said, hey, come here. You just played with the Van Zants and them up there, right? And I went, yeah. He goes, come here. I want to show you something. They pulled this guitar out, and it's got Ronnie and Donnie and Johnny
Yeah, it was so
and Jimmy,
cool.
who the tribute was for, and Charlie wrote a song for Jimmy Van Zant. It was a tribute to Jimmy Van Zant, who just recently passed. And then I had Lacey, the dad,
yeah.
in the middle of it, and they handed out and they handed it to me. Here, hold this. Okay.
Well, I was blown away. He showed me the picture. I said, well, I didn't even get to hold that guitar.
Yeah. They put that up there. As soon as I had that around my neck, everyone circled me with cameras like I was a rock star. Hey, you guys know I played drums just a few minutes ago, not a guitar, right? It didn't matter. I was holding the guitar. It was cool. So, but yeah, we had a good time. But we're
We're
playing
going to
with
have
a couple
another
of those
good
guys
time.
down there.
It's coming up. It's coming up. And, last year we had a blast, but
Yeah.
I kept falling off the stage. I'll never forget that part. I was trying to stay on the stage, but all I heard was.
I know. Yeah, it was
killing me.
The sound engineering went a little haywire on us, and it about blew Mark Herndon from Alabama off the stage when he got on drums. Because I played for a while, and then he played for a while. We kept swapping stuff up with each other, and patting each other on the back. And it was kind of cool. I'm going, this is Mark Herndon from Alabama, and you would have never known it. But he, as soon as he got down, the first song when he got up there, the squeal came through his monitor so bad about split both our ears. I had to move the monitor.
Well, how do you think I
it
felt?
It killed him. Man, it was unbelievable.
I was deaf. I couldn't hear nothing.
I never forget the look. Mark turned around with his eyes wide open going, what in the world? Hey, buddy, I have no idea. But a real bunch of nice guys. But we're playing with a few of those again back down in Gadsden. So that's open to the public. Anybody who wants to come down there, I think there is a ticket fee for the poker run. But that all goes for cancer. So
yeah, Jim Brown's going to be there. Some of the guys who open up for Skinner will be there again.
Yeah.
Kurttown, which is some really good guys. And,
yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be a blast. I can't wait to get my hands on that lobster now. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I saw it had shrimp and I could have sworn it said lobster. I may have to double check. Go to the web page and look it up. And prove me a liar. If it doesn't say lobster on there, then y'all get free trips to go down there. But on you, not me. But anyways.
On you.
Yeah, I know you. You'll be somewhere trying to get.
I'll be hiding.
Hey, man, what are you wearing that T-shirt for? And all of a sudden tell them who you was talking to.
Yeah. You see, I'll be the one incognito on the drums when Charlie's playing. That's not me there. But I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. But, get out there. It's for a good cause. How close are we to 8 o'clock for our commercial here?
We are 10 minutes till.
10 minutes till. Okay. Charlie, what else do you want to play for us? We got a little bit before we got a radio cut.
This is a song that, this is true. I had a deal with a record company, and I had asked, we got in behind the chairs and the big desk and everything, and I was singing some songs, and they were knocked out. A band, Little Big Town, was there, and because I was being signed to the record label. Well, come to find it out, as I was, the attorneys got into a fight over something because I don't remember what it was, because it's like, I think we were talking like $4 million. Mm-hmm. And so everybody's sure, we want to know where the equity's coming and when it's going to come back. If we're going to invest this much monies in this company, then we know where the money's coming back from.
Right.
So that day, that record deal got blew all to pieces. The lawyer walked around to everybody in that big table and picked up the contracts and said, you won't be needing this anymore. So we walked out. So I was living on 512 McKellar Drive, and it is a dead-end street. And this title come to me. I asked God, I said, what do you want me to be? I said, do you want me to keep singing? Do you want me to play guitar? What do you want me to be? You want me to be the, wear the badge? But anyway, so I come up with this idea. The guy come over to the house, and I had the idea before he showed up. Basically had the song written. But it's asking God, I don't have forever like you do. And I'm going to do that for you. I've been waiting all my life for my ship to arrive, to take me to a better place. But I'm still standing here, just like I was last year. Are you trying to test my faith? You put me on this earth, I've read your book, I've seen your work. Is there something that I'm missing? God, tell me and I'll listen. Are you trying to make me stronger now? How much longer do I have to wait? What if I pray a little harder? I'll do whatever it takes. What if I believe in myself a little more? The way I believe in you. God, give me an answer. I don't have forever like you do. Every morning I wake up, I can feel all your love, and I know you're here with me. I keep on telling myself there's gotta be something else that you're trying to make me see. It's only by your grace that I am standing here today. Yet I'll keep right on believing. Gotta know you got your reasons. Are you trying to make me stronger? How much longer do I have to wait? What if I pray a little harder? I'll do whatever it takes. What if I believe in myself a little more? The way I believe in you. God, give me an answer. I don't have forever like you do. Please give me an answer. I don't have forever like you do.
I think there's a point we've all felt that way.
Yeah, because you need direction.
Yeah.
You want to know what way you're going, you know. 1 minute you're going this way, you're going left, you're going right, you're going straight, you don't know what to do, you know. So you go down on your knees and you ask him, you know.
So, what music influences you today? What artists that you really are just impressed with right now?
I would say Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
He's kind of got it going on right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's real. He's got a unique voice. He's got a unique style, and hangs around a lot of good people.
Yep. Yeah, I'd have to agree. He's one of the few people that I wanted to see last year when the Bonnaroo came to town.
Yeah.
Chris was in town and played. Well, everyone was trying to get out to see Chris Stapleton. Great talent. Old school, though. He's back old school country.
Well, you know, what was really cool, we had some of Chris's people playing with us down at Puckett's, and some of the nicest guys you'd want to meet, never even know they played in a band.
Wow.
You know? So it's really cool to meet people like that and travel with them, CRS and this and that, you know.
Yeah.
But it's all about the song.
Yep.
You know? That's what it's about.
We're coming to the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and run that commercial, and we'll come back.
All righty. Brian, take it away.
You're listening to Music City's finest on the Nashville Songwriters Radio Network, NSRNlive.com. Back to the real entertainment
Sorry
of the
about that.
Midnight Madness Show. And we don't mean the hillbilly heartthrob.
Did that hurt you? Did that hurt you just a little bit? Cut you deep?
Every week it cuts me.
Well, he's consistent. It's always 82 degrees in his eyes.
That's right.
It pretty close is. Well, Jason, what's going on next week's show? Do we have an artist that's
Yes,
gonna
we
get sick?
do. Actually, the artist we had canceled,
Right.
which was Rachel Lipsky. She's apologized. She said, but she has something very big that has just came into view. Can't get into details as of yet, but will inform us as soon as she knows what's going on. So
If you know Rachel Lipsky, she's been on our show a couple of times. She performed, I believe, at a Fam Jam for us. Phenomenal young, talented lady. She's won all kinds of national awards in country music. She's that girl that's just right on the edge of making it big. So maybe somebody booted her into making it big. We
I hope so. I
I
hope
hope
so.
the best for her. She's a great kid, one of the hardest working people we meet. We always bring her name up all the time when we talk about paying your dues, and she does.
well, we have a substitution.
Okay?
Her and
if it's
I-
you again, I'm going to be upset.
No, it's much better than, much prettier than I am too.
That's no doubt.
During the Johnny Moore show,
Mm-hmm.
the very last artist to perform was Stacy Vance. I'm not going to pronounce the last name correctly.
Okay.
McElhenney?
Sure.
Thank you, McElhenney. I think that's right.
McElhaney? She's Irish, you know.
But she is going to be our artist next week.
Oh, good. Good. She's kind of like the local star up there.
Yeah.
I remember her. Excellent. Well, that'd be a good substitute.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me, Mark. I really do.
Charlie, you came on at such quick notice tonight as well as Saturday night. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's hard to get talent like Charlie just on a quick,
Yeah.
snap call, So
I'm very appreciative that you filled in for us tonight. It was kind of caught me
Does
off
that mean
guard.
this burger's on you?
Yes. Zone, Jason.
You know, every time I come here to eat a burger, it always gets cold.
Charlie sits it down, goes play his guitar, and then doesn't eat it until a little later
I
on.
keep forgetting I got a burger sitting back there 3 hours later.
So, how often are you in actually the songwriting mode? Once a day, once a week?
Right now, I mean, I've been writing two songs a day, probably average.
Okay. For upcoming
2 songs a day.
for upcoming artists and people that are out there struggling, wanting to do what you do, what kind of advice would you have for
Well,
them?
my advice to them would be circle themselves with some good people and know what they're talking about. A lot of people tend to tell you things that you want to hear. But when it comes down to actually giving that song life and creating an image for yourself and putting the right circle around you, publicists I'm talking, I mean, this is very important. A lot of people say, I made a record. And I'm like, oh, really? What are you doing with it? Well, I ain't doing nothing with it. Well, what do you mean you ain't doing nothing with it? Who's promoting it? Well, what's that? well, who's your publicist? Well, what's that? Okay, to all you young people out there, you got to understand there's a lot more to having a single on radio than you think. And it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have good promoters that's pushing it to radio. They're looking for room. They either like it or they don't. A good way to push records, if you have a single, it might be good advice for you, is CDX. I've got very lucky with CDX. That way, when the program director says, I don't have that song, and you'll say, okay, it's on CDX 712. Because CDX comes out every month with new songs. Be around people that you believe in, understand you, and know what you're singing about, that you want to sing about, that gives you the image. Like Johnny says, it's all about the song. It's about the people you work with. Don't let them take you, steal your farm. Like I said one day and listen to this guy say, kid said, I really ain't got much, but I just got my grandpa's farm left. And he was going to take that kid's farm. And I had Nelson Larkin with me. I'm sure you've heard that name. And I said, Nellie, did you hear what he just said? He's going to take that kid's farm? And he goes, yeah. So Nellie got up, We was at Shoney's. He walked over there and he said, "What's your name, son?" He looked at the guy and he goes, He said, "Do me a favor." He said, "Hum me your last hit," like that. And I can't tell you who the star became after that, but I can tell you that it definitely helped the kid. He didn't sell his farm to get his record deal, but he became very famous afterwards.
That's good.
That's good.
Could have been a career move very bad. And that happens to a lot of artists. I know people that, when I was in Indianapolis, would come down because they were contacted by the Dream. You come down, we'll give you a limo ride to a fancy little office or a hotel room, perform your stuff. Man, you're a great kid. You're the next star. Just go ahead, give us $5,000 cash.
Yeah, cha-ching, right?
Yeah, give us $5,000 cash.
Well, $5,000 is cheap.
Yeah. But that's what they're offering these kids: $5,000 cash. You give it to us, and then we'll take care of you. We'll get you your first record out. We'll push it. We'll promote it. We do it all for $5,000. I'll tell you what. How about I don't come down with any money and you promote me? You know.
I put $18,000 in the first time before I
God
moved down.
bless you, man.
And I lost every
my
penny.
first record was $150,000, and I learned the hard way. But you know that's what you do. You know, you're living a dream. You want to have that dream, and you listen to everybody that's around you. Well, I work with Hank Jr. I work with this, and I work with that one. I work with this one. That don't mean nothing. I mean, what about now? What are you going to do for me?
Exactly.
Who are you going to make me? You know.
I've networked with so many different people and enjoyed the ride so far. I keep pushing for myself and for everybody else, and I'm grateful for the people I have met, like Charlie Allen.
Now, you met and hung with a lot of great names, too, though. You've been there and you played there, played big stages with people and stuff, so you've done that.
Yeah.
It's good. So some people just have different levels of success than others. Just to be...
Well, I've realized I may never be a household name. It doesn't mean I stop striving for it.
A good friend of mine is a great blues guitarist out of Austin, Texas. Plays slide on a lot of people's albums that you don't know about. You don't know who he is. I've seen him on TV in the background where they have the house band. They perform for a lot of major stars. But he's one of the guitar players in the house band. You play everybody's song tonight. And he's back there with looks like he's from Skinner with a black hat and the mustache, Fu Manchu mustache goatee. Plays a killer, one of the best slide guitar I've ever heard since Dwayne Allman. Killer. But you know what? Only money he makes is off his instrument. He has a nice house. He has 2 nice cars. He's not rich. He's not famous. But he's successful. And he's happy. He's doing what he wants to do, and he's happy. That's success.
That's everything.
Yeah, that's success.
That's everything. I mean, you can have anything and everything. I've seen big riders come into Nashville and them lose everything at once and start living in a double-wide trailer, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And by signing everything away, by trying to make a living still as a songwriter.
Be smart, be level-headed, and be thankful because there might not be another chance.
Right.
Might not get it.
That's what I always look at. Every time somebody come in and want to write a song about a truck, I say, it's got too many miles on it. Don't want to write it. The clutch is wore out, buddy.
That's
I ain't
right.
going nowhere.
Why don't you hit us up with another song real quick? We got, probably another...
What time is it? I got to get out of here. I got to go back to Nashville.
But you got to eat a sandwich yet.
Yeah.
Why don't you play one more song then for us, and we'll let you eat your sandwich and run.
Well, let me think of a good one here.
What about that one that was on Billy Currington's album?
Use a lighter hand. I've got bruises you can't see. You can take your time. Your love is all I need. They say time is a healer, but it's been no friend to me. I hear my share of heartache. I have my fill of pain. Girl, you took away the hurt. to stop the falling rain. I know you walk on water. I know that you can heal me. Heal me with your sweet and sexy way. Feel me. Your touch is all I crave. I've been waiting for so long for you to come along and heal me. That one.
Very nice one. It's a nice song.
I thank y'all so much. God bless you. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Well, we're glad you made it again at short notice. Charlie, we wish you the best. Charlie's a great act. If you get on Charlie Allen's website or Facebook, give him your Facebook and website you want him to go to.
Charlie Allen Facebook. It's just Charlie Allen.
No, Allen, spell Allen.
Allen.
Right.
Now you should know that. We was out on the
I know
road.
that. You and I know that, but a lot of people out there listening don't know that. So.
And I want to thank you guys for having me. I mean, I was 12-hour day, and then I come in here and sing like a daggone frog afterwards.
Yeah, that was a frog there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But Charlie, it's always a pleasure having you perform. Thank you for taking me out with you on the road several times, and I'm looking forward to
Mark,
that.
man, you're real people. I want to deal with real people.
Yeah, I
I
can't wait for
deal with people that ain't real.
I can't wait to do with the thing for the right cause for cancer down in Gadsden. If you can make it down there, Gadsden, April the 29th. It's a Saturday. It's all for a good cause. Come down and eat food with us and
You can
Charlie
pull it.
and all of us.
I've muted it. You can pull it.
Charlie, we'll let you go. Jump off there and get yourself a sandwich. Be safe heading back to Nashville.
You mean I get to eat?
You get to eat. After all that, we get to feed you.
Another cold burger right here.
We get to
Last
feed you.
chance to learn again.
We want to thank Chris out there at heatfmradio.com.
Yes.
Thank you for help syndicating and pushing the word out there. I hope your listeners had a good time listening to Charlie Allen. Again, a great talent. A lot of fun. If you haven't seen Charlie live, you've got to watch him live, especially when he's with a band. I have some of the most fun.
Thank you, Randy.
I have some of the most fun with Charlie when he's playing with us in the band because he is one energized young man. He does not.
He played with
stop.
us New Year's.
Yes.
He took a step down from what he normally does to play with me, so I was grateful for that.
If you get a chance to see Charlie Allen live, get out there and check him out. He's a great, great artist, great singer-songwriter, wonderful performer. So, Jason,
We have some things coming up soon.
tell us what we got coming up.
I got to pull my calendar out.
As he whips out his little phone here.
The 15th we play here.
15th, we're here at the Last Chance Saloon.
Yeah, and the 22nd we play at Papa Top again.
Yep. That was a pretty good show. We had a good time there.
And we now have a vinyl show booked
The 30th.
for the 30th
Yep.
of this
All
month.
I know is when we play Papa Top, I'm putting the drums front and center. You all got to stand behind me.
Well, we won't have as many people on stage this time.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy. We had a good crowd, and the one thing I don't like to be behind a whole bunch of people. I want to be able to see the crowd. I live and enjoy watching people dance, watching people get into it, sing, clap offbeat from the drums, but they don't bother me. I don't follow them. I follow my own heart. But that night I had four guys
Yeah.
lined up across this small little tiny stage, smaller than what we got here.
You were looking at our butts and not the singer.
All four of you kept shaking your man butts, and I'm like, I don't need to see this all night long.
Now I also on April 20th will be on the Chico and B-Man show in Nashville.
And how do they get to see that? That's an internet thing, or
That's
public TV.
Public TV,
Yeah,
but I'm not
public
100% sure what station, so I'll have to get that information for next week. I think it
think
is
so.
Channel 19 in Nashville. I think is correct.
And they're coming out of a college. Don't they shoot out of a college up there? Or something? Nashville State, yeah. Okay. So,
Oh yes, Folk Fest is coming up as well.
well, tell us a little bit about that, or hand the mic.
Why
to
don't we
Amanda.
hand the Mac?
Mac Daminda?
She knows more about it than I do because she's.
Yeah, but you're playing there.
I am.
First weekend of May, May 5th through the 7th. Folk Fest at Stonewood Bluff. Yes, our very own Jason right here is going to be playing. Woohoo!
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a whole weekend. Great music. It's going to be broadcast. We hope live. We still got to get the whole Wi-Fi thing figure it out up there, make sure we've got the connection that we need.
All right.
But if not, we will be broadcasting it at the soonest available time. Either way, the whole thing is going to be recorded.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks to Brian. Brian does a great job with that.
Yes. So. Oh gosh, there's so many. It's hard for me to even know.
Topo Gigio.
Yeah, there's a yes, of course. Paul, can't leave him out. He's going to be actually starting the whole thing. He'll be going on Friday at 3:00 as of now, unless someone else comes aboard. So at this moment, he will be starting the music. We've got huge names that we have talked about many times. You know, Travis Bowling, Tanner Hillis, Vanessa Hill, Marilyn Harris, David Watson. We've got, and of course, Jason's my favorite. It's because I see him every week.
Wow.
But anyway,
Wow.
and then we've got Travis Kegel. I don't think I've mentioned him yet. I hope you're listening, Travis. Travis is from Nashville. I've never met the guy. He's someone who's just contacted me. Hopefully things are going to work out. There's been a kind of a monkey wrench thrown in his plan, but hopefully it's going to work out. So, yeah, just tons of people. And I know there's many that I probably haven't even mentioned. Miranda Miller,
Right.
who is a new girl in town. She's going to be here on the show on the 2nd. And she's a great girl. She moved here to pursue her country music career, but she didn't want to be in Nashville. She just wanted to be close.
She wanted to be where the music really is at,
exactly.
near Morrison.
And she's really blown away, actually, because she got here and she's gotten way more than she ever expected. So
Good.
I'm great that we have fulfilled that for her and helping her, and she's a great self-promoter. She's a great girl. And then also on that show on the 2nd, we will have Jeff Soley, who's a great friend of mine, who's also playing Folk Fest. So, so that's going to be a good show.
A lot of people, a lot of great stuff. Brian's going to record it. So if you're anywhere within 100 miles around, come out and see it. If you can't get it, if you're in Brazil or Oklahoma or something, you get to be able to listen to it.
Those are two really close together places, Brazil and Oklahoma.
Brazil and Oklahoma. I'm just saying they're just far apart. We do get calls from Brazil.
We do.
We have people call from Oklahoma on a regular basis. So I'm just saying, if you're in Oklahoma and Brazil and you can't make it to the Folk Fest, there probably is Oklahoma, Brazil.
You never know.
Or Brazil,
I think there's
Oklahoma.
a Tokyo, Oklahoma, so why not?
There's a Brazil, Indiana.
Yeah.
I've been there. I played there.
Paris, Georgia.
I played in Paris, Illinois. I played there. It's about as big as this whole bar. The whole
Woo-hoo!
town. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So we got a couple of shows going on. We got the vinyl show knocked out. Anything else new and exciting, current news?
Just
we
say
need to-
vinyl show knocked up. Is that what you said?
But no. What's our theme for this show? The 80s?
80s and 90s.
We're in the Randy era.
Yeah. So I
He's gonna-
am going to throw the 90s in there, too, because I just have very few 90s stuff. So it'll be 80s
It's
and 90s.
Samantha Fox all night.
Yes.
I got 2 words for this next show. Rick Astley.
Rick Astley? There's a guy that voice does not match the body.
He looks like Opie, don't he?
Yes. Yeah.
How about some Leaf Garrett?
Oh, no. Please, no.
Rick Astley, Leif Garrett.
Yeah. Rick just don't. He's like, what's his name? The guy who plays Gomer Pyle.
Jim Neighbors.
Jim Neighbors. He's like Jim Neighbors. He talks with that voice and he sings with a big, deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Astley is the same way. All right. Yeah. So maybe we'll have some. There you go. I will hope you have some of my old stuff that I like from the 80s. I mean, the old.
Oh, there's some good
like
stuff.
Flock
in
of
it.
Seagulls.
Yes. Yes.
Spandau Ballet. Bananarama. Yeah. They had Venus.
Venus.
Yeah. I remember the Shocking Blue. doing
Nina.
that.
99 Noof balloons.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Bang. That's all you hear is a shotgun go off.
Okay, quick trivia here on the 80s because it's my favorite decade ever.
Randy's the master.
Okay, what was the first video ever played on MTV?
Yes. Video Killed the Radio Stars by
Yeah, I don't know the
the
artist.
Buggles.
Yeah, okay. Do you have that one, Jason, in your collection?
Yes and no.
Do I win a brand new color TV set?
I have it, but not. I have it, but
Yes.
not by them. It's by the Mini Pops.
Mini Pops.
Bunch of little kids singing it.
They by the Buggles. Yeah. Why do I know that?
I don't know.
That was the very first. Yeah, that was the very first video played by MTV. I miss old MTV.
Yeah, well, they played videos. Yeah.
You had the little, astronaut, lunar landing astronaut with the flag and all the color, different directions that things were going.
I think we should all
Max
wear our
Headroom.
hair like the
Max
flock of seagulls for the show.
Yeah. That was an accident, right? We'll talk about that on the show, I'm sure, but I won't give away now. But I like the old, you had Nina and you had Nina Blackwood. Yeah, you had a bunch of great VJs.
Jackson, what's his name? Adam Curry.
Adam Curry. What was it? The Nina Blackwood was the dark, skinny-haired one. The other one was the blonde with dark roots. I can almost hear. Yeah, I thought that was just a great era of music. And it just kind of, I don't know if it helped or if it killed what came up after that, but it was cool at the time.
Yes.
And I think the thing it took away, though, from music is I guess every song you interpret your own way. Charlie's song there, he interprets it for him. I might interpret it a little different. You might interpret it different. When it came out on video, it kind of made you go to their interpretation. I think that was the only thing it kind of hurt a little bit. So
sometimes, yes.
Sometimes, but some of the great stuff. Mellencamp did a lot of great videos. A lot of good stuff on video. So.
And we do have some Mellencamp for the show.
I love John.
And there's some Tom Petty I've got pulled out, and I've already started pulling things. Don't turn around.
Wow. Randy has already started. He can't wait for the vinyl show. That is Randy's era. He loves that stuff. 26 days and counting to the vinyl show. We'll go round and round. So.
I was just thinking about that.
Were you? All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and cut off here. Again, we want to thank Chris from HeatFMRadio.com. Thank Brian down there at Pulaski.com.
Pulaski.com.
Thank you, Brian. We appreciate it. With that, we will thank again our special guest.
BrianHowell.com.
BrianHowell.com.
It's a male porn site.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Stick around. We do have another show coming your way in just a few minutes, so you want to be part of that.
Randy will be here. He will be minus Andy. Andy had a little medical emergency with his daughter hurt her foot dropping something on it. So it'll be Randy tonight with his special guest. So with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off. We want to thank everybody for listening to Midnight Madness Show once again. Again, next week we have the one, the only, what was her name? We can't get her last name. McElhaney.
Thank you,
Stacey McElhaney.
Yes.
All right. So with that, Stacey McElhaney. Yeah. All right. With that, I'm Mark DJ Doctor. Fumbling through the night. Have a good one. We'll see you next week.